One of the most important things you can do in the cryptocurrency markets is make sure that you are safe. And in this video, I'm going to discuss how to secure yourself in crypto on centralized exchanges, on your hot wallets, and also in your hardware wallets. Now, this is extremely important as we've just had a $1.4 billion hack with Bybit, where one of their cold storage wallets actually got compromised and a lot of Ethereum was extracted from that wallet. And this is due to human error. So in this video, I'm going to explain how you can protect yourself and make sure that you are taking the steps to keep your crypto safe, and also taking the steps to make sure that you own your crypto. Remember, not your keys, not your coins. Now, one thing to know is when it comes to centralized exchanges like Coinbase or BitGet, Bybit, Binance, is that if you are keeping your assets on the exchanges, you are not actually holding your crypto. The exchange is holding it on your behalf. So if the exchange makes a mistake, like Bybit, for example, you could lose your money. On the flip side, you also have bad actors in exchanges. For example, the FTX collapse that happened in 2022, where over $40 billion was decimated due to Sam Bankman-Fried using customer funds and making dodgy deals. So how do you protect yourself from this? One of the main ways is to make sure that you have either a software wallet or a hardware wallet. Now, before I go through how to protect yourself using a hardware and software wallet, I'm also going to go through some steps on how you can protect yourself on the centralized exchange itself if you do keep funds on there for a short period of time. And just for reference, a software wallet, also known as a hot wallet, is the likes of MetaMask or Phantom, for example, where you can take your crypto off a centralized exchange and put it into a Chrome extension wallet where you have custody over your own private keys and full custody and ownership over your crypto. A hardware wallet is the same. However, instead of it being online using a Chrome extension, it is offline, which means it is a cold storage wallet and is completely safeguarded from phishing scams that can only happen when the wallet is online. When it comes to the hardware wallet, I'm going to be referring to a Tangent. This is my favorite hardware wallet that I use. The private keys are actually stored on a tiny little card, and you have multiple backup cards just in case you lose one. So when it comes to centralized exchanges, this is probably the easiest way to onboard yourself to crypto. Coinbase, for example, is one of the first most regulated cryptocurrency exchanges in the world, where you can buy the likes of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and a plethora of other cryptocurrencies in a very, very easy way using your debit or credit card. However, you do need to protect yourself and make sure that you are taking the security steps seriously when it comes to your centralized exchange. So number one tip would be, first of all, use a completely separate email to your normal email, and also use a completely separate password that you've never utilized before. This is going to mitigate your risk of getting hacked. The second step, and one that you absolutely need to make sure that you do, is to set up two-factor authentication. So you have an extra security step when it comes to transferring cryptocurrencies on and off the exchanges. The third layer of security is to make sure that you have biometric security on your exchanges. So if you have the application on your phone, make sure you can only get access to it using Face ID. If you have a MacBook with a fingerprint scanner, make sure you can only access it using that. It's just an extra layer of security, so if anyone tries to log in, they won't be able to get access to it unless you are you. The next thing, which a lot of people don't do, but it's one of my favorite steps when it comes to security, is to have an anti-phishing code. Now, what is an anti-phishing code? An anti-phishing code is a code of your choice. It could be a series of numbers that when you get an email from your centralized exchange, it always references that code at the bottom of the email or at the top of the email. This is so you can ensure that the emails that you are getting through are legitimate emails from your centralized exchange. As one of the major phishing scams that does happen is hackers trying to impersonate your crypto exchange. The emails, the website, the URLs looks pretty exactly the same, other than maybe a couple of discrepancies that are very, very, very difficult to pick up on. If you click on that email and you log in thinking that this is your exchange and it isn't, they get access to all of your information and then they log in to your actual exchange and completely drain your account. This has happened multiple times. I've had many students come into my group where this has happened previously. A very, very well-known common scam. So please, 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 please make sure you have your anti-phishing code. This is going to stop this from happening. Now, let's move on to a hot wallet. A hot wallet is also known as a software wallet. This is a wallet that can be downloaded using a Chrome extension. The most well-known for this is the likes of MetaMask and also Phantom Wallet. People use this typically to keep their assets off of exchanges, but they also use it to connect themselves to decentralized applications. For example, if you want to use the likes of Uniswap or you want to use Jupiter on the Solana network, you can connect your Phantom wallet and buy cryptocurrency in a decentralized environment utilizing these software wallets. Now, this is all great. However, the issue is because these wallets are online, they are also prone for phishing scams. For example, going on social media, you see a post regarding a free airdrop, which could end up being a scam. You connect your wallet to it and it completely drains your assets. This happens over and over and over again. The hacker may create a website that looks exactly like your decentralized exchange. You connect to it and it ends up actually not being the legitimate decentralized exchange. You sign your wallet and then you get your wallet completely drained. So one of the security measures that I use is a little software called Wallet Guard. What this does is it connects to your MetaMask and kind of acts like a firewall. If you accidentally click a phishing link, it will be able to detect this and be able to give you a warning before you sign any transactions inside of your MetaMask wallet. This has actually saved me a couple of times where I have accidentally clicked on a phishing link scam without realizing. So this is a really, really good tool to use. It's completely free. It also audits your wallet and it tells you whether you have previously clicked on any phishing scams, and also tells you if any of the tokens inside of your wallet are fake tokens and scam tokens. So I would highly recommend downloading this and making sure that it is imported into your wallet. It will save you and it will protect you. One of the other safety measures that I put into place is I bookmark all of my exchanges. I bookmark all of the DeFi protocols that I'm utilizing to make sure that only I go through trusted sources. So only the bookmarked links I will go through. I will not click any external links. No one is going to send me any links that I'm going to click on. It's just basic security to do that. I would also double check social media links as well, especially if you're reading threads on Twitter. There's multiple fake accounts that will pretend to be legitimate projects and they will end up putting up like a free airdrop or claim an NFT or claim something where actually it's not the legitimate project. So make sure that you're double checking social media links as well. Also, when it comes to the likes of Telegram or Discord, there are a lot of projects that have their servers on there to provide information when it comes to, you know, claiming airdrops or farming points and things like that. So one of the things I would really, really look out for is there are people pretending to be customer service agents for these particular projects, and they will manipulate you into actually sending over your cryptocurrency to them. So one of the main things to avoid is never send your cryptocurrency to anyone, even if it's customer service asking you to send the crypto for safekeeping, for example. Never send your seed phrase to anyone, ever. Your seed phrase is your private keys. It's the only way that you're going to get access to your cryptocurrency wallet. Never send your seed phrase to anyone, even if they're asking for it. You'll also get people on social media messaging you with unrealistic expectations of trading on your behalf using a trading terminal. Typically, these trading terminals are fake. It is illegal to trade on your behalf. Please do not respond to any of these messages. You will be scammed. Rule of thumb is just never let anyone have access to your funds. Never let anyone trade for you on your behalf. You have to do this yourself. All right, so let's move on to hardware wallets. This is by far the best way to protect yourself. A cryptocurrency hardware wallet. Most of you will know them as like a Trezor or a Ledger. My favorite one is a Tangent. The reason why they're called hardware wallets is typically they're a physical device that you plug into software. It protects you because the actual hardware wallet is offline from the internet, so you have complete custody over your assets. Now, the cryptocurrency hardware wallet that I prefer to use is called a Tangent wallet. I've spoken about this many a times. It is my favorite. It is the easiest to set up. There is a 2-minute setup period. Ledger and Trezor are quite complicated to set up. Tangent is by far the easiest. It has an application on your phone as well that you can utilize to open it up. It has biometric security. The private keys are actually stored inside of the card. Therefore, there is no seed phrase. So that is an extra layer of security there. You also have backup keys. If you lose one of the cards, for example, and someone picks it up, they won't be able to access it without an access code, and they also won't be able to access it without the secondary card. My recommendation would be to have all of your cryptocurrency on a hardware wallet. I barely keep any crypto on software, and I most certainly do not keep cryptocurrency on centralized exchanges. If you guys want to get your hands on a Tangent, you can use the code CryptoCrush. It will give you $10 off. I don't care if you use it or not. What's most important is that you are keeping yourself safe. So that's it for today's video. This is how to keep yourself secure in the cryptocurrency markets. If you guys have enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like and a comment down below on what videos you want to see from me next. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.